Oh no, oh no, it's getting worse. No! Okay, we're not talking about any drama. We're not talking about any insider scoop saying that there was a rift or whatever. Today we are talking about the Vancouver Canucks and how things are actually getting worse. Ay, ay, ay. Let's get into it, shall we? So earlier this morning at Rogers Arena, we had ourselves the post-holiday break practice. And this was fine, right? It's practice. You can see the guys out there wearing the yellow and the black jerseys. You had Daniel Sprong from Seattle actually make a little bit of a guest appearance. And yeah, because the Kraken are in Vancouver, they're playing the Canucks tomorrow at 1 p.m., so an early game for some reason. But the Vancouver Canucks had a very interesting note about this practice, and it was tweeted out by Jeff Patterson. No Hughes, no Pettersson, as the Canucks reassemble for their first practice out of the holiday break. Furthermore, we had ourselves Patterson on Canucks Army earlier this afternoon saying that Rick Tocchet says that Pettersson and Hughes are doubtful tomorrow versus the Kraken. Oh no! Oh no! Let's go out there and look at the lines here. DeBrusk, Miller-Besser, Höglander, Suter-Garland, Heinen, Bluger, Sherwood, Joshua Sass, and PDG. On D, you've got Forbort Myers, Susie Juleson, Bronstrom Desharnais, and Brisebois as the extra guy. Oh yeah, by the way, the Canucks did make some roster moves earlier this morning, so that's why some of these guys are here. Sasson, Brisebois, Phil DiGiuseppe all recalled from the Abbotsford Canucks this morning, but I guess we now know why they're here. No Petey, no Hughes. This is the commentary from Rick Tocchet. He was asked if there were any concerns about either or both of Hughes and Petey being longer-term injuries. They're pretty well doubtful for tomorrow, Tocchet said. It's hard to speculate. I don't know if it's a day-to-day or a week-to-week. That's why they are going to see people. Oh no. Oh no, dude! This is what happens! This is what happens. Quinn Hughes was already doubtful against the San Jose Sharks the other night. The team had offense from Quinn Hughes, who had 2 assists in the night. He looked fine, but if he was banged up before that game, now things might have gotten even worse. And for Elias Pettersson, he had scored 2 goals in that game against the Sharks. Now he is here, and now Tocchet says he's doubtful for tomorrow. Like, that's ridiculous. How is this possible that both of these guys are out at the same time? Pettersson and Hughes? So what, it's going to be JT Miller's team now? Now it's going to be JT trying to carry the charge and do everything himself? Try to be the engine that is the straw that stirs the drink? Quinn Hughes can do that. We've seen him capable of doing that. JT Miller, in this season's worth of play, I don't know if he's really capable of doing that. The Kraken are not really all too great this season, so maybe if there's a day for the Canucks to miss out on some of their top players, it's this upcoming one. But still, I don't like the Canucks' chances in any game where they don't have Pettersson or Hughes. Let's go over to some of the other comments made by Rick Tocchet. He was asked about what Bronstrom will do in place of Hughes. You know, you're not going to replace Quinn Hughes, and I don't need him trying to do things that press the envelope. I think he's got to play a simple game, to be honest with you. Sometimes you overlook your shots. A guy like him, I want him to shoot the puck. He doesn't have to create much on the blue line. They also asked Tyler Myers about the next man up mentality when the next man up is trying to replace Quinn Hughes. He's our best player, so if he's out, it's going to hurt in some way. But we have guys in the room that can step up, and we've shown it through the first 35 games here. It's doing the same things over and over again. Doing them consistently, no matter if your best player is out. I think guys have done a great job of stepping up and filling in some voids here to start the year, and if we have to do it again, we'll do it. I like the commentary. I like the optimism from Tyler Myers. The Canucks do have guys in the locker room who can play NHL minutes, but my concern is when Quinn Hughes is not on the ice, the Canucks don't get anything done offensively. Like, he is the only guy that is really allowing the Canucks offense to do things, and especially when it comes to on the rush, when it comes to extended zone time, it's really only Quinn who's able to drive everything forward amongst this Canucks blue line. Nobody else can really do it like he does. Erik Bronstrom maybe is like a .25 version of Quinn Hughes, but everybody else is just nothing. Like, I'm sorry, maybe I'm being too harsh in this commentary here, but what we have seen out of this Canucks blue line outside of Hughes and Hronek is that Carson Soucy and Derek Forbort, they can't man a power play. They can dump the puck in, and that's about it. Erik Brannstrom can do some things, but he doesn't get the minutes to allow him to fully capitalize on that. But you lose so many elusive qualities, so many offensively generating qualities when you don't have Hughes and Hronek in the lineup, and when Brannstrom doesn't get the minutes. So if Rick Tocchet really wants to see the Canucks actually have a chance offensively the next little while here, you're going to have to play Brannstrom more. I'm sorry. We've seen his aversion to doing that the past little while here, so I'm questioning whether or not it's even possible. But to have Hughes out and Elias Pettersson too, this is going to be bad, isn't it? This is going to be so bad. Maybe I'm just overthinking, overanalyzing, over-whatevering. Maybe this is not even going to be a long-term thing. Maybe it's just against Seattle for tomorrow, and then by the time the Canucks play off against whomever else it is later on in the next week and beyond, it's going to be okay. Maybe they're okay and they're back in the lineup, etc., and everything looks fine. But for now, this is all we have to go off of. There were some other comments made. This is what Jake DeBrusk said about the Canucks missing pieces already this season. We've kind of dealt with things like this throughout the year. They're two amazing players and big parts of our team, and we've missed guys that have been big parts of our team throughout the year already. More guys need to step up, and that's kind of the same thing we've been saying all year. Obviously, you can't replace guys like that, but collectively we could all be better. And yeah, I can say that for sure. The Canucks do need to be better. But also, it's kind of ridiculous to see the injury bug strike itself in the way that it has this season. Like, is anybody else just sick and tired of the fact that the Canucks are not healthy? Maybe I'm being a snobby brat by saying, yeah, I'm pissed off that they're getting hurt, because last year they weren't. Last year was the first year in forever that it feels like the Canucks went pretty much the whole season scot-free of any significant injuries. Miller played 81 games. He missed one at the end of the season that he was taken out of, not because he was hurt, but because it was a precautionary thing. Quinn Hughes, 82 games. Besser, 81 games. Pettersson, 82 games. Hronek, 81 games. Connor Garland, 82 games. Last year, it was fine. It was just Dakota Joshua who missed time, and, like, I don't know, Pia Suter. But, like, other than that, the Canucks were relatively healthy, and maybe the hockey gods, knowing that Vancouver usually gets hit with the injury bug, they're like, okay, sorry, the Canucks were healthy last year, so we gotta punish them extra hard this year. So, sorry, JT is gonna take a leave of absence. We're gonna have Petey and Hughes get injured at the same time. We're gonna have Besser be out. We're gonna have Dakota Joshua out for a while. He's got cancer. Thatcher Demko injury at the end of last season, bleeding into this season. Like, ugh. Keeps on getting worse. This season, man. It's kind of a dud season, I'm not gonna lie. And maybe, if the Canucks prove me wrong tomorrow, if they have the best game all year tomorrow without Pettersson and Hughes in the lineup, if JT goes out there and fully takes over, like we know he is capable of, but at this point, we are kind of hesitant to fully believe in. We know he can do it. We're just kind of wary as to whether or not he will. If he does do it, then okay, I'll stand corrected. I will make the video tomorrow. I will talk about how amazing JT Miller is and how he should be the captain. Like, we'll talk all this stuff tomorrow after the game. But for now, Rick Tocchet says Hughes and Pettersson are doubtful for tomorrow's game against Seattle, and that they're both going to go out there and start seeing people in order to get some answers as to what their situation is. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this Canucks news. How bad is it? How devastating is it? Is this really like that big of a deal, or am I just overreacting? You know, I kind of like to overreact. It's sort of the point of this YouTube channel, to talk about stuff and give my 2 cents on it. It's just like I feel like a lot of Canucks fans might be feeling the same way too. Maybe, like, now that we know this, my question is, had Quinn Hughes not played off against San Jose earlier this week, would he be okay now? Like, if he needed the extra time, plus the extra day before the break to fully get his body up to wherever it is it needs to be, was that something the Canucks needed to do earlier that they just messed up on? Or, like, did Quinn force himself to play? Did the Canucks force Quinn to play? And is it now worse because of that? Or what? Like, also, if Quinn Hughes didn't play against San Jose, would they have won? Quinn Hughes had 2 assists in that game. So I don't really know what would have happened had the Vancouver Canucks not played Hughes. If the team sucked in that game too without Quinn, then we would have had an entire other narrative today, wouldn't we? So, thoughts in the comment section below about the Canucks and their updates here. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.